I don't know why they put Victini at the front, but I'm moving Victini's ass to the bottom. There are a lot of Gen 5 Pokemon, goddamn. We're about to hit a world record on triple F minus spawn of this region. Oh no, brother. Go ahead and throw 85% of these spawns in triple F minus. Whew. Alright, everybody, what's going on? It's Thundershot. Welcome back. We are now doing Gen 5. If you haven't watched the other 4 gens, we have ranked every single one of the Pokemon so far up to this point. And Gen 5 has hit the mark as well. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's dive straight in. Gen 5 is interesting because if you go back and look at the other Pokemon videos we've done, basically all of them are very middle heavy. There's a lot in the A tier, a lot in the B tier. Usually more top heavy than bottom heavy, where you'll see more in S than you will in D. Because I just like Pokemon. Y'all know me. But Gen 5 might be the first one where we see a lot more in like upper tiers, like more AS, and then a lot more in lower tiers as well, like DF, and we might actually have a lot less in the B tier and maybe even a lot less in the A tier as well in this one. This one might be more like top and bottom rather than inflated in the middle and a little bit more top heavy, if that makes sense. But without further ado, here we go. Snivy. Snivy did piece up Pikachu's bitch ass without ever being trained. His trainer just pulled him out of the fucking ball and said, go beat that Pikachu that Ash has been training for 4 generations now. And Snivy just put him in the fucking dirt. That's hilarious. That's an A. His Evo looks the exact same, but a little bit bigger. If you're going to think that Snivy is fine, you're going to think his Evo is like really no innovations, really no notes. I'll put him in B. Superior. I would like to give shout out. Alejandro, you okay? Good to see you. Superior, I would like to give a shout out to the Snivy starter line for being the first Pokemon Evo line to ever regress, to take step backwards, to lose your fucking legs. What are you? You're just a fucking grass snake, dude. Get away from me, piece of shit. What a stupid fucking Evo line. Shout out to Gen 5 for having some of the worst starters of all time. Tepig, fucking adorable little guy. Adorable little dude. I'm actually gonna more adorable than Snivy. I'll put him up there. Pignite. I mean, he's there. You know, he's whatever. And Emboar, I am actually an Emboar supporter, okay? I like Emboar a lot compared to the rest of the Gen 5 starters. I think he got shit on a lot when he came out. This is also the sequel to the whole firefighting line. You're never gonna live up to Infernape. There was just a lot of firefighting types after this for some reason. I like Emboar a lot, but I have to remind myself that if you stand Emboar up against all the other fire starters, Emboar's kind of a piece of shit compared to all the other fire starters. So I think he stands out in the Gen 5 line because all the Gen 5 starters are ass, so he's like the best of mid. So I'm gonna throw Emboar in A as well. He's a good Pokemon. He's not a great Pokemon. Here we go. Keeping it moving. Oshawott. Oshawott, adorable little guy. Adorable little dude. Love him. Got the little fucking shell on his chest, the whole thing. Moving right along. Can't complain about Oshawott. Moving right along. Duat just so happens to be my fucking goat. Look at Duat up there, man. The line should have stopped there. The line should have stopped there, or my bro should have stayed bipedal. He should have, like, taken a step up and then been more of a ninja or an actual fucking samurai when he evolved or some shit, because Duat is the coolest of any of the Gen 3 starter Pokemon, and it's not fucking close. Samurott is actually a weird step backwards. I'm gonna throw Samurott next to Emboar because I could take Samurott or Emboar as a starter in Gen 5, and either way is what the fuck ever. I'm never taking this dumpster fire in all my life, but either one of these guys is fine, you know? It's whatever. I'm not complaining. If you never evolve your Duat, I don't blame you, okay? Patrat. I'm gonna do this. Patrat had potential. Watchog was not it. Like, what is this shit? What the fuck? I'm gonna put this dude in triple F minus, dude. Like, what is that thing? What is that thing? This is probably better. Who's using this shit? Yuck is right. Yuck is correct. None of these tier lists have had regional forms so far. I'm assuming the regional forms would show up in that gen's thing. So, like, you'll get a Alolan shit when a Alola comes up, right? If we get to Gen 7 or whatever. Move right along. A tiny fucking puppy. Nothing really to complain about here. It's a dog. The middle Evo looks like an old man, which is funny, but it's a dog. Here we have a cat. I'm actually going to move Liepard up to A tier because Liepard is another one of those Pokemon that's fun to use because it's a dick bag. Liepard will T-Wave you and then confuse you and then use flinch moves on you. What a piece of shit. They nerfed Contrary? How'd they nerf Contrary? These things are all kind of pieces of shit, so I'm gonna split these up accordingly. Oh, it only buffs once? Oh, that's interesting. Every Liepard has Fake Out. Fuck that. Yeah, I use Liepard because it's annoying on purpose. Liepard will come in, use Fake Out, T-Wave you, Confuse Ray you, or whatever the fuck. Oh, Swagger. That's what it uses. It's Swagger Paralysis. I like Simisage and Simisage. This is like, okay, so I've seen, like, when you play through Gen 5, they give you these things early on. And it's a cool concept early on where it's like, okay, so you picked a starter, and then now you can have one of these to fill another slot. So it's like grass starter or grass Pokemon are always abundant early on in the game, but water and fire, particularly fire, might be harder to come across. So if you pick a fire or water starter, you have the means to get another fire or water Pokemon early on, which is cool. It holds you over for like half a gym, and then you kind of got to ditch it because what the fuck, you know? All right, here we have a little floating fetus, which I happen to think is adorable. I'm going to put them in B tier because they're funny looking. Pidove. I actually love the design of Pidove itself. However, as it evolves, it becomes one of the ugliest crimes against humanity we've ever seen. That's a triple F minus evolution line right there. The Zebstrika line, all right? I'm going to give adorable little guy and adorable little guy, but grown up and not adorable anymore. We'll throw them in A. Okay? They were an electric type in Gen 5. Worst regional birds? Yeah, it's pretty gross. Actually, I'm gonna do this. This feels more accurate. That feels more biblically accurate. That's all right. Reggie, Rog, and Rolla. We got coming up. This is a fucking rock with an eyeball, and then we have two slightly meaner rocks with eyeballs as a concept. Unfez is a huge, y'all know me, I wasn't necessarily a Staraptor lover. Unfez is such a giant step down from Staraptor, it's crazy. Swoobat is fine. Why is this thing telling me uppies? Why are you looking at me like uppies, T-Shot? Anyway. I'm gonna say this before I rank these. I hate Excadrill. Excadrill is another one of those Pokemon where I will never run one, but I hate facing them too because this motherfucker is fast and will just Earthquake one-shot you, and his typing is annoying, okay? I hate Excadrill. That said, it's a good fucking Pokemon. It's a good fucking Pokemon. I can't not put him in A tier. I can't not put him in A tier. Like, goddamn, I hate facing that thing, though. This is the first time I'm going to need someone to explain to me what Mega Audino is or does. I don't think I've ever seen one. Ever. Not in any of the ROM hacks I've done, not in any of the newer games I've played. Like, it wasn't in Scarlet Violet, as far as I remember. I don't think I ever saw one in Legends Arceus. It gives it fairy typing? Okay. So Audino is a Pokemon that exists. Mega Audino is worse Blissey. I'm not factoring in how a Pokemon does in TCG on this list. Unless one of them sticks out to me and I really like it, but I don't remember. It's literally one of the worst Megas. Okay, I'll throw it in there. I said this one wasn't going to be middle heavy, but it actually has been so far. But it's been more like bottom middle heavy. I said I didn't expect this one to be middle heavy. This whole Evo line is incredibly mid. I don't give a fuck about any of the three of these guys. Time Pull. Ladies and gentlemen, Time Pull. If you look in, if we zoom in on his face a little bit, Time Pull is my fucking goat. Look at this guy. Look at that little guy. He's got a tiny little face. He's just a little smiley face. And you know what? I'm going to throw these two in A tier. Actually, well, for Gen 5, they're S tier, but I'm trying to rank them as Pokemon, not as Gen 5 Pokemon. You know what I mean? Time Pole's out there doing his best, though, man. Let him tear the house down. You know? Let him do his thing. We have Bert and Ernie here. Sock and Throw as the next ones. And as an idea, they're funny, so I guess I'll throw them in A. But they're normally probably B tier Pokemon. Swaddle. Coming up next. Is my fucking goat. Look, dude, look at the little guy. He's just munching. He's just a little leaf munching out there. Okay, me and Sirius probably move Swaddle down to S. I'll probably also move Time Pole down to S. If I'm being a little bit more serious. Then we have Swaddle, but he's actually swaddled up. And then we have the Evo, which... This line just gets worse as it goes on. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this. The Scolipede line. We got one of these. We got one of these. We got one of these. I'm comfortable doing that. Also, hi Venom, how you doing? Seismitoad with Rain Dance. Seismitoad can be fun. It's just in 99% of situations, if like instead of running Seismitoad, I'm just gonna run Swampert. The speed boost is nuts, yeah. Cottony is fine, harmless. Whimsicott, I like Whimsicott a lot. Whimsicott's an S tier Pokemon for me. Whimsicott always pissed me off. I don't know why. I just hate the way he looks. Telling y'all, Gen 5 is just worse Gen 1. An interesting take. Petalil, I like. Lilligant is fine. Hisuian Lilligant went dicko mode. Basculin, I think his name is. He's a Pokemon who's there. I guess it's cool because he gets 2 stripes. Sandlet, adorable. His Evo, not adorable. Crocodile, solid. Here we have this little shitbag, who I'll throw in A. And Darmanitan. Darmanitan just so happens to be, yeah, fire-type Pokemon. Just so happens to be my fucking goat. Get him up there. Get him up there with Oshawott. If I can't run Infernape, I'm running Darmanitan because they accomplish the same shit. My guy will hit that Flare Blitz, throw his whole body weight into that shit, hit like a fucking truck, kill whatever he's looking at. Darmanitan's pretty sick. However, this weird, goofy Darmanitan form I know very little about and never want to see again, so I'll put him there. Both forms, yeah. I know that Zen Moon Darmanitan exists. I just don't like looking at the thing. We keep it a stack. This little cactus bitch. Throw in A. She's fine. Some of these dudes. If I'm putting him in S, it's because I'm letting my Pokemon Unite opinion affect me, and I'm not trying not to do that. So I'm gonna put him in A. Here we got this ugly little monstrosity. We'll do one of these. Oh, the ice form, Galarian or whatever, Darmanitan. Yeah, it's a whole different one. Siglif. I'm gonna put Siglif in S, actually. I like Siglif because he has that the Cosmic Drive switch or whatever it is, where he'll swap stats on you, Psycho Boost, all that goofy shit. Here we have Little Guy and Coffagrigus, who I've never really cared for. Here we have a couple turtles, who are fine. Here we go, Archon. And is this thing named Archeops? Archeops is up here. That's as high as S as you can get without being one of my goats. I fuck with this dude. I fuck with this bird thing a lot. Coming up next, we have 2 piles of trash. And if you remember Gen 1, I ranked Muck very low, okay? I ranked Muck very low on purpose. However, I think I only gave Muck and Grimer a D tier, maybe a B tier, something like that. And the reasoning behind that is that I'm giving Gen 1 a little bit of credit because before Gen 1, Pokemon didn't exist. They literally took nothing and they turned it into something. So that's why I get passes to shit like Voltorb or Muck or whatever the fuck from Gen 1, okay? Because there was nothing. However, at this point in the series, they have had 5 generations to iron this out. And what happened was that they used all the good ideas on gens 2, 3, and 4. Or something. I don't know. Because at 5, they started grasping at straws, and that's why we got shit like bags of garbage. However, they took any creative talent that was going to be used on bags of garbage, and they made bags of garbage. But then they fucked around and made one of the coolest Pokemon lines we've ever had. Zora and Zoroark. Hisui and Zoroark could be my goat. I think regular Zoroark stays in S. That's gonna be, you know what? He's above Archeops in terms of how high an S you can be without being goat. Then we have these stupid little squirrel things, these little hamsters. However, Cincino, how do I say this thing's name? This one's a high S rank for me. This one's a high S rank for me because it gets the ability that guarantees a move hits 5 times in a row. And it gets a bunch of skill link. It gets skill link, it gets rock blast, it gets bullet seed, it gets tail slap, which I think was a move made specially for it. And you can put King's Rock on it. So it'll have a 50% chance to flinch. It's a fucking dick bag. I love it. It's a fucking dick bag. I love it. Okay, so here we have the Gothitelle line. They're fine. Apparently in Gothitelle's Pokedex entry, it says that it will sometimes show the Pokemon it's facing the future and the death of the universe. Like how the world ends. So like imagine you throw out like a level 17 Pidgey or Spearow or some shit, and Gothitelle looks at it and just shows it the heat death of the universe. Like, man. Reuniclus line coming up next. I mean, they're really nothing to write home about. I think all these guys, I'm just gonna throw all of them in A tier. I don't love them. I don't hate them. They got a little charm to them. Here we have a little baby duckling who is super adorable, and then it's pissed off swan mother. Here we have a little baby ice cream cone. Which, like, why are you an ice cream cone? Deerling is adorable. Be an A, but its Evo is like, who gives a shit? You know what? The cool thing about this Pokemon is that its antlers change based on the season, but none of them look cool, so that's a bummer. That's fucked up, just giving a poor Pidgey existential dread, yeah. Emolga. Emolga is a fucking dick bag in the funniest way imaginable. It's right up there with Cinccino for me. Emolga is a little bag of cocks. And he abuses that shit. He exists to make your life hell. He's not even that good. Little angry, like, guy. Ex-Cavalier is a cool concept. I wish it was a better Pokemon stat-wise. Little Mushroom Ball. Little Amoonguss. Little Frillish. Put Jellicent in S. I like Jellicent. This thing, Alola Mola, which is like, why do you exist? It's tanky, but like, I don't know. Why are you here? I am going to run this one. Joltik S Galvantula, one of my fucking goats. Joltik S tier. Galvantula, absolutely one of my fucking goats. They could have... Wait, Luvdisc doesn't evolve into a Alola Mola? I have made a mistake. I thought that they did. Anyway. Galvantula, that's a fucking... It's bug electric. It knows thunder. It's got the works on it. I fuck with Galvantula. Again, you know me, I'm always using Raichu, but I fuck with Galvantula. I'm gonna do Forest Seed and Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn's dope-ass Pokemon. Kling Clang is just 3 straight lines of who made this garbage. You know what I mean? Here we have a little fucking sperm. I'll put in B tier. A little sperm Evo we'll put there. And Electros, I actually fuck with. Electros is damn near GOAT status. I actually like Electros a lot. Like a lot. I think it's because he has a unique moveset. He's an electric type with Levitate, so you can't hit him with Earthquake. The thing can learn Flamethrower. The thing can buff himself a little bit. I think the only problem with Electros is that he's not very fast, and I don't think he has a way to speed himself up. I think that's Electros' main issue. Otherwise, he would be like the scariest Pokemon to ever exist. Here we have these annoying two losers who I have never ran and never will run. Gen 5 is just so hit or miss. They had good people making some Mon, and they had people who did not give a fuck making other Mon. He gets Drain Punch too, yeah. Litwick. Put the little candle. You know what? I'll put the candle in E, or in A. Put the Evo in B. And I'll put the final Evo in S. Chandelure. Hard to hate on Chandelure. Ghost type, fire type, badass combo. You know what? This is going to be a weird play for me, but this whole Haxorus line, they are all going to be S tier Pokemon for me. The whole Haxorus line, I got to give S. I don't think Haxorus is quite my GOAT. He's missing something. He's got like what, Mold Breaker for an ability. He needs a little something on top. Otherwise, he'd be my GOAT. But Fracture's really ugly. No, I like Fracture too. That's what's weird. You've seen me this whole tier list thing. I've been a middle Evo hater for the most part, with the exception of like Dewott. Fracture's still cool to me, and he's a very, very good bridge between Axew and Haxorus. He's a really good bridge between the two, design-wise, at least. Really threw a Uniclus in A? Yeah, I'm trying to throw Gen 5 a bone here. Here we have a little adorable guy into Big Ice Bear. Sorry, you guys can't see the Pokemon. He's not fast enough to get away with as low a defense as he has, yeah. Cryogen. There's a lot of Pokemon in Gen 5, man. In B. Do I go back and be meaner? I might go back and be meaner. Like, why am I being nice to the Gothitelle line, you know? I think I just don't want, I try to be a good guy. I don't want Gen 5 to like feel bad, you know? Gen 5 doesn't deserve kindness. I'm just realizing I'm somehow still top heavy. You can bully Gen 5, it's okay. Hold on, my Pokemon Lo-Fi Beats mixed ended. Yeah, I gotcha. Like, what the fuck is this thing, dude? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm gonna keep it moving. Little Excelgor Prevo. Like, who cares? And then Exceligor, who I'm also gonna put in B because I never cared for this guy. Stunfisk, why was this thing made? Get that monstrosity out of my face. The Mean Xiao Prevo is cool. Mean Xiao is like, he's a good Pokemon, but design-wise, a step down for me. Druddigon is unique because he's a good Dragon type, but like, bro is no Haxorus. I'll put him in high A. He's as high A as it can go. If that thing ever gets an Evo, look the fuck out. Golett here. Go Lurk. Golurk's borderline GOAT for me. Bisharp's a dope-ass line. I've never loved Bisharp, but I've liked Bisharp a lot. Golurk can turn into a cannon. We got robbed of that. Bouffalon. Actually, like, I know he's just Tauros too, but Bouffalon, actually fucking love him. Prehistoric Bird Bitch. Put both these guys in A. Worst Prehistoric Bird Bitch. Put both these guys in B. Actually, honestly, the Egg for Pants is cooler. You know what? I'm gonna do this. That makes more sense. Never been a big fan of whatever this thing is. Durant is solid. Oh, fuck the Dino line. Do like that. Little larva baby. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see again. Volcarona. My fucking goat. Love Volcarona. Love Volcarona. Can't complain about that one. Hydreigon, one of my goats. Yeah, I can't be a Hydreigon hater. So I put him up in S. Cobalion. Never been a fan. Oh, shit. Sorry, I don't really... Gen 5 just has a lot of Pokemon. Cobalion, never really gave a shit. Virizion, a little bit cooler than Cobalion. Terrakion, my fucking goat. Maybe a controversial take. Love Terrakion. Love Terrakion. He can buff himself in close combat. He's got fucking Earthquake monster. Big fan. The whole Landorus line. Keep it a full stack. I have never fucked with any of these guys. Like, even a little bit, I've never fucked with any of these guys. You know what? He's cooler. I'll put him up there. I have never fucked with any of those guys, even a goddamn ounce. Even a goddamn ounce. Victini. I think Victini is going to get the highest possible S ranking anyone's ever gotten without being my goat. I know I've said that a few times, but I mean it with Victini. I mean it with Victini. And if Victini's your goat, I understand that. This is right up my alley. This is that typical, like, small psychic type. He got his own move, V-Create, shit ton of damage. Victini's so weird it comes before the starters. Yeah, I moved him to the back, so I thought that was strange. Rishram and Zekrom. Rishram fire type? They're definitely better than Gen 4s. They're definitely better than Gen 4s. Dialga and Palkia. That's a huge advantage they have. I'm gonna throw both them in S. Kyurem is real funny looking. Kyurem white, Kyurem black. I'm also gonna throw in S. Keldeo. I'm gonna throw Keldeo in D. I don't give a fuck about Keldeo. Less of a bitch Keldeo can be B tier. Keldeo in D, less of a bitch Keldeo in B tier. I'm fine with that. This singing thing. What is the gimmick with this? Tell me why this Pokemon's cool again. You guys have 10 seconds to sell me on why this Pokemon's cool again. Why Mileta? Why people like Mileta? It changes form based on song. Yeah, so that's 2 D tiers. I was not talked out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, the last Pokemon of Gen 5. Cooking out here. Genesect. Out of all the Gen 5 mon, Genesect is my #1 absolute fucking goat. I love this guy. I love this guy. What is his ability? Download or something? He could be physical or special, depends on who you throw him out against. Good mix-up. I like him. I like Genesect a lot.